All right, welcome to the replay of May 21st live custom bullet journal session. We are going to be working on October in Janelle's bullet journal, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that set up. And we voted on the theme over on my Instagram stories today. So I'm going to go over to Pinterest and start getting some inspiration for that. Welcome here, you guys. We are just getting started, and I took the poll on Instagram this time on my stories for the theme for this month, and the winner technically was the quilt theme, but camping was only one vote behind, and since that one's been like a runner-up for pretty much every month in that journal, I figured we'd do camping in October and then carry the quilt idea over to November. Because I feel like November needs like an even cozier theme than October. So I meant to say doodles. I'm just gonna start screenshotting some camping doodles for inspiration. I am just looking for some camping doodles for our October theme today. Sorry, I can't see the comments right now while I'm on Pinterest. So if anyone's commenting, I will catch up on those once we're out of here. Okay. Now let's look for title page layout ideas as well while I'm here. Oh no, we don't do a title page with this one. I always forget about that. Okay, let me go back into TikTok to see what you guys are saying. And then I'm going to... Oh, Laura, you just got home from vacation. Oh, okay, you left on Thursday. Did you see this month? The pond theme? Thank you for all the likes, you guys. Appreciate that. Did you see the pond theme, Laura? I'm trying to remember what we had done on Thursday. I feel like Thursday might have been when we did this. Okay, you saw that. Okay, so, and then we did the weekly spreads. And then we started September on Thursday. Yes, September we started on Thursday and we finished yesterday. So we did this little hot air balloon theme. And then this was our family memories spread. And then these are the weeklies for all of her 8 weekly pages. And now we're starting October, and I took a poll in my Instagram stories for the October theme this time. And so the winner was technically the quilt theme, but only by 1 vote. So I decided to go with camping for October, since it's been a runner-up in like every vote that we've done, pretty much. And so we're gonna go with camping for this month, because I felt like the quilt one would be a good fit for November, or even like we could incorporate the Disney theme into the quilt for December or something. But I wouldn't really want to do a camping theme for November or December, you know, because I know she lives in the States, so it's not really camping weather. Let me pull up my photos here. So we're doing a camping theme. Why can't I find my photos app on my phone? Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me show you. I mean, most of you guys were probably here because it was just like a second ago, but I was just scrolling for some doodle inspiration for a camping theme, and literally like everything was just outlines. I don't know if that means that we should just do outlines for camping themes, but there was like no colored doodles. So we should decide if we want to just do like outlines like this, or if we want to color in these kind of doodles. But yeah, those are the doodles that I found for inspiration for the camping theme. And we need a calendar layout. Color, says Nat. We're going to do a calendar layout just like we have been for all of the other months, where we do a smaller calendar with a bigger doodle off to the side. And so let me just choose which ones I want to let us vote on for our camping theme. Okay, the differences are subtle because these are all from Ivana Journals again, because she does this calendar layout so well. So calendar with a bigger doodle and like lots of white space behind. So this is option 1 to do for a camping theme. And so you can see the main doodles are all over here off to the right side in one section. That's option 1. Oh, I don't know if we have any moderators here yet. Is anyone here to do a... Oh, hey, Jesse. Perfect timing. So that's option 1 for our layout. We're going to do a camping theme, and I just showed some of the doodles. Option 2 is this layout where we've got the doodles over here, and then instead of, see, like this one had lines for the dates, this one just has them in dots, which is what I typically do. So that's option 2. Option 3 is this one here where we've got the boxes spaced out again. We did that for September. But we did the next option for September, which you'll see in a second. So this one, the title is up here, and then there's some little doodles on the side. And then this is option 4, and that's the layout that we did in September with, again, the boxes are spaced apart. The title is down here, and then there's a bit more space for doodles here. So that's option 4. So let me show you those 4 options again. We're doing a camping theme with these 4 options. So you should see a little poll coming up pretty soon underneath my name right here. You can vote for the option that you like. So this right here is option 1 with a camping theme, of course. Option 2. Oh yeah, there's the poll. Perfect. Option 2, like this, where the doodles are on the opposite side of the page and then the dates are in dots instead of on the rows. Option 3, the boxes are spaced apart more. And then title up here. And option 4, again, the boxes are spaced apart, but the title is down at the bottom. Those are the 4 options. Go ahead and cast your votes. And then we will get started with our camping theme. And you can't vote when you do a poll. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, if it's close and it comes down to the wire, then I'll just count your vote for number 1. Okay, so, oops. And then we got to figure out how we want to do these camping doodles. So one thing I noticed when I was looking on Pinterest for camping doodles is that like every doodle is just an outline. It didn't have any colored in doodles. So I'm wondering if we should do that doodle style, like maybe grab a few colors, like a green for outlines, a brown for outlines, maybe like an orange or something, or a couple greens, couple browns, I don't know, and just do outlines. Or if we should take those doodles and color them in. Let me give you one more look at the doodles that I chose, or just the pictures that I took from Pinterest for inspiration anyways. And then, so yeah, I feel like it could be kind of cute to do just like outlined doodles, but maybe with a color instead of black. See, like every cute like camping doodle that I saw on Pinterest. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. I feel like would look cute if we just did outlines, but using like very naturey colors. So these are all of the inspiration pictures. So I feel like this would work if I just found a few like, yeah, colors that match our existing color palette, because we've kind of been using the same one throughout. Oh, option 1 does win. You're lucky. Just kidding. I wanted option 1 too, to be honest. Okay, so let me go back to option 1 because that one has a little bit different spacing than usual, just because there's a row in between all of the dates. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I feel like the camping, like, it just naturally lends itself to a color palette that she's gonna love and that I love. So I'm definitely excited for this one too. Okay, so we've got 5 days of the week on this side of the page, and they have to be 5 dot grid spaces tall effectively because we're doing the dates on little headers. So let's just count down. Wait, how far down did I start for this? 3, 6, and that was 3, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, that worked well. But I'm gonna go down 7, I think, and do the top part a little bit different. So 3, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did it wrong already. Are you kidding me? I was so focused on counting 4s that I forgot that we're doing a row over here before I count the 4. Okay, an extra row before I count the 4. Yes, Nat, these are all custom journals. All custom journals. Oh, Jess, I literally just started. I got started a little bit early tonight. Okay, I need to fix this yet. I'm gonna try just white gel penning it because we are drawing a light grid on top of everything yet. So I feel like it should be, it's gonna get colored over with a light color anyways, so. I feel like if it shows through a little bit, that's fine because there's gonna be a line there. It's just not supposed to be in this color. I do want to let that dry though before I drag my hand across it. Okay, yeah, so what, oh, thanks, Nat. Verlena, we just started. This is first marker to the page right here. We just started. What was I saying? I thought I saw a comment that I was going to answer. Oh yeah, what theme won the vote? Oh, for the theme, we've got camping. Now, technically quilt won, but only by 1 vote. And that was actually, I cheated. I put that in the question box because I would love to do a quilt theme. But it only beat camping by 1 vote. And camping has been a runner-up like every month that we voted on for this journal. So I figured if we're ever going to do a camping theme, October would be a better month for that than November or December. So I'm going to put the quilt option back in the vote for November to see if we want that. But I decided to remove it from the vote for October and just go with the camping theme because it's kind of been like on our minds this whole time. And it's the most suitable month for that, I feel like. Okay. Yeah, so December is the only month that she's given us specific guidelines, and that is just that their family's going to Disney. So she does want it to be somehow Disney themed. So we totally could weave in, like, do some kind of Disney themed quilt. I have no idea what that would look like, but yeah, we will definitely have the opportunity to use quilt for a different month if we want to. Hey Mick, sorry, I saw your comment. This is a custom bullet journal, so it's for Janelle. And so I hand draw every page according to exactly what they ask for. So she didn't ask for title pages, habit trackers, none of that. She's using this for family memory keeping. So every month she's got a calendar page like this with a theme. For this month we did this cottage and flowers theme. Then she has a big family memories page, and then a bunch of weekly spreads. These ones are totally unique to her. I have never done this style of weekly spread before. Usually it's more of like a generic planner spread with doodles. But I'll just show you some of the other themes. For August, we did this little pond theme. And for the family memories page, she can write the memories onto lily pads or puddles. And then here are her weekly spreads for August. For September, we did this little hot air balloon theme. Here's the family memories page, and then the weekly spreads. And then now we're just getting started on October. That's what the live is about, Nick. Oh, thanks, Nat. Yeah, August was fun. And this is the third last, yikes, I'm getting ahead of myself. Third last month in this journal. So since I started a little bit early, I'm hoping that maybe we can finish this one. Although I'm not like dead set on it, because this one does need to have an extra weekly spread, because we have like kind of a 5th week going between September and October that we need to cover for. So this one will take a little bit longer because there's 4 extra pages this month than in a normal month. But yeah, I'm hopeful that I can finish this theme tonight and then finish November tomorrow and then have just December left. That would be amazing, but we shall see how far we can make it. I'm going to go double on these ones just to make it stand out a little bit more. No, I didn't mean to not round that. You caught me. For my calendars, I never round the insides because, you know, they're connecting. But I noticed that on hers she did. So I did, and then I forgot about it because that's like my default setting. What markers are you? Oh, thanks, Heather. Yes, right now I'm using Tombows. I use all kinds of markers, but this one that I'm using right now is a Tombow. All right, and then we've got to do the little grid pattern inside every box. Maybe I should just go all along the top. Man, I love doing these journals on lives, but like, if you had ordered a journal from me years ago before I did lives, you would not be getting such precision on a calendar spread. You'd be getting my default calendar spread with your doodles and your fonts and colors that you chose. But I used to have like kind of, you know, templates that I would just more or less stick with and people could just pick them. And so the calendar itself would always stay the same. It was just like, you know, the rows, very basic. But now that we're doing it on live, you guys like to choose the fancier things, which I get. Because it does look awfully pretty. Okay, so we're doing a camping theme. Oh yeah, the inspiration picture. So I'm doing it a bit different because, I mean, why would I want to do it exactly the same as Ivana Journals? But this is Ivana Journals. Her calendar spreads are beautiful. And so we've been drawing inspiration from her layouts for every calendar in this journal. Because that's, you know, my default calendar would fill more space and then not have as much room for doodles. But I just love how Ivana uses the white space and places her doodles and everything. So that's just the calendar style that we decided to go with for this one. And so we are doing the camping theme. Maybe we should do a poll if one of my lovely moderators would like to throw up a poll. And let's let's vote just 2 options. So for our camping doodles, here, let me show those for just a sec. Camping doodles. Okay, yeah. Every time I looked at camping doodles on Pinterest, pretty much all of them, if not all of them, were just outlines. I don't know what it is about the camping niche, but it was all just like cute sketches like this, which I love. But now the question is, should we do outlines for our doodles, but maybe in colors, like very natural colors, like maybe, you know, we'd have a dark green to just do the outline of the backpack, not colored in, and then like an orange to do the outline of a tent, you know? So that's option 1, is to kind of follow this style and just do outlines, but in colors that fit our color palette. That's option 1. Option 2 is to color these doodles in like I normally would. I normally do mostly color with like little to no outline. So that's option 2, would be to just stick with full color doodles. Option 1, outlines in color but not colored in. Option 2, regular full color doodles. Okay, and I gotta go back to my calendar spread here. Oh, sorry, there's a poll right up below my name. Looks kind of like a clipboard. It's got a little check mark on it. Could you put your votes in there instead of voting in the chat? That way it will tally it up for us and everything. I used to always do it in the chat, so if you've been here before, yes, that is familiar. But now that I have mods, it makes the poll thing so much more doable than when I was just here, you know, coloring and trying to do all the votes. So go to the poll right below my name and choose option 1 for just outlines and option 2 for colored in doodles. I have done some animals. We did, oh, see, I wish I had pictures, but all my pictures are on my phone, and my phone is the one that is streaming this right now, so I can't show you, but we did like a woodland critters theme not too long ago, where we had little, what were our key doodles? We had a fox, we had a squirrel, excuse me, we had some birds, some hedgehogs. So we did that animal theme not too long ago. I love doing like ocean animal themes like jellyfish, stingray, crabs, that kind of stuff. I've done a ton of those sorts of themes. Those are probably my 2 like most common categories of animals. I've done a few dog themes and cat themes. And then I've had some like random animal requests. Like I had one person who really wanted a Highland cow theme, which was tough, but we did it. And then I had one person who, actually Janelle, in a previous journal, got a zebra with a flower crown was her request, which was one of the most like kind of random and out there theme requests that I've ever gotten. Usually it's like cactus, Polaroid camera, you know, like some of the like standard bullet journal themes that you so often see on Pinterest. But zebra with a flower crown was one of the more surprising ones, I would say. Okay, so September, I just want to double check with October that the first day is indeed a Monday. Or sorry, right, I'm doing October, not September. It is a good thing I checked because I just about did the dates for September on the October calendar. Okay, so the first 2 days are part of September, and now we're into October. There we go. Yeah, Highland cows was such a funny theme. Oh man, I have no idea which journal that was. Like every journal, well, pretty much every journal that I've ever made, there's a flip through of it on my channel. I've got like 80 some. but I have no idea which one was Highland Cows. I know that I did it for the month of November. So if you just go scroll to November in some of those custom bullet journal flip throughs, maybe you'll find it, but I do not remember which one. I know who it was for. Her name was Melissa, but oh man, now I forget her Instagram handle. But that was probably like 2020 or 2021. Okay, 31, because this is October. Okay. Oh no, Maria. Oh, thanks, Sierra. I'm planning to open up one custom bullet journal slot probably this weekend. I don't think I'll finish this before the weekend, but I think we'll finish most of it before the weekend. And that way that gives me like kind of the weekend and a few days to like correspond with my new customer, figure out exactly what they want before we dive in on live. Yes, this custom journal is for Janelle. So it's just a 6-month journal for family memories, not for planning. So we did this little cottage theme for July. Yeah, so her monthly pages are a bit different. There's no title page, no trackers or anything, just the doodles over here, calendar, and then a family memories page, and then a bunch of weekly spreads that are very not like standard weekly spreads. It's more just like prompts that fit with her needs. But for context, she is like my longest standing customer. Normally I do a bit more standard spreads. I still like allow for customization and whatever you want, but yeah, I've been quite flexible with her spreads just because she's supported me so well in the past. Then we've got a pond theme for August, and again, family memories, write them down on the puddles and lily pads, and then all of her weekly layouts. Then September, we did this little hot air balloon theme, family memories, and then weekly spreads. And now we're doing October, which is a camping theme, and we voted on outlined doodles, which is a little bit different, but I think it will be good. Let's, so I need to take my sweater off. It's warmer down here than I anticipated. Thanks, Mila. Yeah, this has been a fun one. She asked for very like natural colors, lots of greens, lots of browns. So we've been pretty much sticking with the same color palette, give or take a few colors each month. And I love this sort of soft, natural color palette. So for outlines, what do you guys think? Should I go with like a slightly thicker, like felt tip outline for everything? Like, what can I just quickly doodle? A little like tent or something, you know, like slightly thicker outlines like this? Or should I try to find the closest match in like a fine liner to each of my colors? I'm leaning towards doing the felt just so that it fits with our color theme or our color palette, and I've already been using the thicker felt lines for the calendar. Alternatively, also I don't have like the muted colors really, because OBUJO, bless them, I love the quality of their markers, but they don't have a lot of neutrals. It's very, very vibrant. Okay, let's do the thicker ones. Perfect. I'm glad you guys agree because that's what I was thinking. Okay, so we're definitely gonna have this green and probably bring in a second green since she wants lots of green. This is the brown that we used for the calendar. And just so you know, if you're new, normally we vote on the color palette every month, but we've chosen to use the same color palette every month. For this journal, just add or remove colors each month according to the themes. Like if we need to add a pink, it's always the same pink kind of thing, you know? So that's why the colors are already set in stone. Normally we would be voting on this kind of stuff, which is always fun, but... And then I think maybe add an orange this month as kind of the extra color that we bring in. I'm just gonna... Is that different enough from this? No, not really. Let's see. I don't want too bright of an orange, but I want one bright enough that it looks different than this brown. Is that too bright? Okay, that's a contender. Here, these are gonna be the ones that we vote on to bring into the color palette. Let me find a couple more that look different from our brown, but aren't like too bright that they... Okay, so that's more of like a reddy orange, but it's still orange, I would say. Maybe it is red, but I still like it. For like fire or a tent or something, it works. I'm just swatching them all next to this brown so that you can see how different they are. That one's very, very similar. We're not gonna include that. Ooh, that's a good option, I feel like. Okay, let me maybe find one more and then we'll get a poll up if possible for 5 options. I'm pretty sure that this orange is basically the same as that one, right? Yeah, very similar. What's this one? Okay, very similar to the last one, but different enough. Those will be our 4 options. Thanks, Mila. We're on live pretty much every weekday around this time, so pop back in and see how it's turning out. Okay, so we're looking for like an orange or a red or something to add to this color palette for a camping theme. And those are our 4 options. All of our doodles are just going to be outlined in the felt side. That's why I swatched it like that instead of swatching it like that. So you should see a little poll underneath my name. Go ahead, click into the poll and choose option 1, 2, 3, or 4 to fit in with this color palette right here. Something orangey or ready for like a campfire, maybe a tent or like a canteen or something. Drop your votes in there and then we'll get started. Thank you for the follow, Sophia. Okay, option 4, wow, by a lot. Cool, I'm good with option 4. I don't think I would like the felt end of this. I feel like is maybe a little bit too bright looking to fit well with our color palette, but for just an outline, I think it looks good. Alrighty, so now we've got to choose our doodles and our font style for over here. Okay, let's get one more poll going. So, maybe we'll do 3 options for the poll. So I'm just specifically thinking font here. So the first option is to pick kind of a key color, maybe green or brown, and calligraphy October, but with the felt tip end. So it would look something like, oh, that one's thinner than most of the other ones. Let me try that again. O, C, okay, and I would try to do better because that's kind of messy. Okay, so option 1 is to do some sort of calligraphy like that. Option 2 is to do more of like a printed font and just kind of like cycle through some of our key colors for October, more like this. And then option 3 is going to be these alphabet stamps. They look like kind of keyboard typewriter sort of letters. That's option 3. Could we get a vote or a poll for 3 options? 1, 2, or 3? Oh yes, I can show the other fonts that we've used in this journal so far. So I'll keep, oh no, those are out of view of the camera. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. Those are your options. So far in this journal, okay, so this is the style of calligraphy with like the felt tip, except for in a color, maybe like a dark brown or something. That is the same essentially as option 1. And then the other fonts that we've used so far, we did a thicker calligraphy in August. And then we did a thicker printing in September. So this month I'm thinking a finer one, just because all of our doodles are just going to be outlined. So kind of stick with that thinner style. Oh, sorry. Option 1 definitely shouldn't look Halloween-y. I'll do better if we choose that one. And the poll, oh, it just finished up. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Paige. Yes, the theme is camping. Camping is the theme. Okay, and the winner is option 2 by quite a lot. I'm surprised. You guys usually like the typewriter stamps anytime I offer them, but I'm good with that. I feel like typewriter stamps also work really well for like, if we do end up doing a quilt theme for one of the months. Oops, sorry guys, I just bumped the tripod. Those typewriter stamps would look really cute. Okay, so then we are gonna do October and then some camping related doodles. Now, sorry, last question before I actually start drawing this part here. And I don't think I'm gonna bother doing a poll. Just give me your first response in the comments and then we'll just go with it. So I'm gonna put October somewhere over here. Do you think I should make this like a camping scene, like a river, tents, trees down at the bottom, stars at the top, or like kind of individual camping doodles, not spaced out evenly like this, but just kind of like scattered around the area, you know? So make it more of a scene. That can be one if you feel like putting a one in the comments, or just like a scene. And then option 2 is more like random. That would be 2. I see a lot of ones. A lot of ones. Alrighty then. Ones it is. I'm kind of a little Doodles fan myself, but I'm glad I asked because now I know that I am in the minority for that one. Okay, let's see here. I'm just trying to decide if I should put my title. I was planning to put it like here and then just kind of scatter doodles around. But now that we're doing a scene, I'm wondering if I should put it all the way at the bottom. October in little. Oh yeah, I can show the themes from last night, or the weekly spreads from last night. This is how they turned out. Like this. Oh, you can't even see the little corner. Bottom, bottom. Scene for, but I want to fill the scene though. It's like I'm gonna need to make room for October. Gail, actually the camping theme lost the vote by 1 vote to the quilt option. So I decided to just go with camping because we've been entertaining the thought of a camping theme for pretty much every month in this journal, but it's always like just barely been voted against. So I decided to just go with it. And then I was also thinking like, you know, if we are going to ever do a camping theme, I feel like November or December wouldn't be the month for it. You know, like she's from the States. You're not really camping in November and December. So we can always do a camping theme for October, but not as much for the other months. We can do a quilt theme if we want to do one for a different month. So, man, you guys, my scattered speech has been so bad tonight. Have you guys noticed? I just feel like start a sentence and then put like the end of the sentence right in the middle. So I'm still saying what I mean to say, but it just sounds horrible. You'd never believe that my degree is in linguistics. I can speak, just not really doing a good job of it at the moment. I know, I thought quilt would be a cute like cozy theme for November or December. So we'll just keep that one kind of on the back burner and add it back to the vote. Also, quilt was my suggestion. It wasn't actually one that someone else suggested, so that's why I took it out of the vote too. Because I didn't want to get rid of someone else's suggestion. We're not going to fill the left side. We're just, so how we've been doing our calendar layout so far is just kind of making the most of like white space, like Ivana Journals, because I love her spreads. So the one that we voted on for this month was Doodles just on the right. Sometimes we have done a little bit of both, like this one, but this month we're just doing on the left, or on the right, sorry. Yes, December has to be Disney, but I was thinking like quilt is so generic, like, because you can put whatever you want to on a quilt. So like we could do Disney quilt, you know, we could combine the two if we did want to do it for, oh, I forgot the river. Oh, well, I can do a river somewhere, right? Maybe I'll do that later in the month, actually. Let's see. But yeah, we can just make the little elements on the quilt Disney. But Paige, I'm surprised you're here tonight. You have your big trip tomorrow, hey? When do you guys leave for that? Oh, and then I'll do a little fire. Should have done the fire in front of the tent. I placed the tent first and I shouldn't have. I should have done a river of fire. Now I'm thinking of all these little like ground level doodles that I should have done first, but maybe I'll put like another tent back here and then have the fire going kind of like between them. And we'll use a little bit of yellow inside the fire and then outline it in orange. And maybe put another tent. And then maybe we'll just do like some bushes. Maybe some like mountains in the background or something. Oh, actually, let me do a little, I'm gonna do a couple more trees and I want to do a little like clothesline running between the trees. I think that would be cute. And we'll just do like some little clothes hanging on the clothesline. We'll do yellow, little t-shirt or something. Oh yeah, a little stack of logs, someone said. Mountain with a river. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do moon and stars up in the sky because we have made it to the top. Okay, I don't hate how this turned out, but I am regretting not doing the just scattered doodles option. Because I love the scattered doodles for this kind of theme, but all good. Picnic tail. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys like it. I like it too. Just not quite what I was picturing in my head, but it always, you know, when you don't plan, that's what you get, which I just accept that. Okay, so there's our little October calendar and heading. Some texture on the mountains. I just don't want to add too much detail to anything because I'm doing such like vague outlines, you know. But I'll add a little bit of detail to the mountains if you want. Maybe I'll put a couple more bushes like at the base of the mountain here. Okay, cute. Let's move on. So next we've got our family memories page. Let me pull up some of the options. Oh, thanks, Maddie. This is Janelle's journal that we've been working on for since the last week. I think we started this one. Okay, so for family memories, last time we voted between these options and I like some of the other ones, so I'm just going to pull up the same options for a vote instead of going back to Pinterest, because that always takes a little while. So let's see. So we're trying to do a family memory spread, which let me just show you how we've laid out our family memories pages so far. The idea is just, it has some doodles that go with the theme, but then it's also got lots of boxes and just random size spaces for her to write down memories throughout the month. So we've done this type of thing. We did this where you color on the lily pads and the little puddles. And then we've done this with like more of a weekly spread sort of look, but for family memories. That's how we've done our family memories pages so far. Now, let's figure out how we want to do our family memories pages for this month. So this layout, I feel like would look very different if we did it with this theme. The idea would be like, I would do a larger camping related doodle, like a backpack that fills this much space, and then leave that empty for her to write on. Or an RV. I know some of you guys have been asking for an RV, which I don't know how to draw an RV, but I would go on Pinterest. But the idea would be doodle, space to write. Doodle, space to write. Okay, this is option 1. No, we're not going to do this one because this is the one we chose for September. Option 2 would be fill the middle with camping doodles and the title of the page, and then these boxes would all be empty for writing in. Okay, was that all that we had? I think that actually was all that we had. Okay, were there others that we used for a different month? Oh no, I must have deleted them. Okay, but then option 3 would just be to do basically this, just like somewhere on the page do a cluster of that month's doodles, and then fill the rest of the page with just random types of boxes. You know, this one is a little poster note, this one is just a border, this one is just lines, you know, just fill the space with random different types of boxes for her to write on. So those are the 3 options. Let me show you one more time. So this is option 1, doodle, space to write, doodle, space to write, and so on. This is option 2, doodles and title in the middle, and then boxes all around for her to write in. And then this is option 3. Somewhere we would put the themes doodles, I don't know, maybe in the middle, maybe on the corners or something, and then fill the rest of the space with random types of boxes. That's option 3. There should be a poll right up below my name where you can go and vote. I'm going to go back into TikTok now so that I can see any comments that have been coming in. Okay, poll is almost done. Sorry, I was just reading through some of the comments, and then we will get started. Option 2, okay. Sounds good. Let me pull up that photo. Perfect. So let me just figure out how we're gonna divide the page here. We want 3 boxes across, or like 2.5 boxes across the top, and we'll leave a bit of a border, right? How many dots? Yeah, definitely at least 3. Okay, so let's see, if I do 5 and then a gap and then another 5, oh no, that's too much. What if I do 4.5 and then a gap, another 4.5? That's still too much. Trying to gauge how many dots they did on that picture, but it's a little bit too blurry for me to tell. Okay, 4 and then a gap, and then another 4 and then a gap. Oh, but that's not quite it. Maybe it was 4.5. Let me count this again. If I do 4.5 and a gap, another 4.5 and then a gap, 4.5. Oh, that's almost it. That's just 1 dot off. Maybe that is what they did. Okay. I think that's what we'll do then, because that looks basically like what they did. It's just not quite even from one side to the other. But, okay, and then we want 4.5, space, 4.5, 4.5. Okay, that's good. So then we want this to be 4.5 as well. 4.5. 4.5. Oh no, there's our taller. Okay, so maybe that one's 5. 5. 5. Okay, if we do 5.5, we'll be perfect. Okay, there we go. That is what we're looking for. Sorry guys, just had to figure out the spacing that was used in our example photo, or at least approximate spacing that was used in our example photo. Oh, whoops, I missed a line here. Okay, there we go. We've got our boxes. Now in the middle then, we're gonna write family memories and do some doodles. Thanks, Teddy Bear. If you honestly want tips for drawing straight lines, dot grid journal makes a huge difference. And then always pull down, don't draw to the side, and keep your hand level. So that's why I didn't draw this line this way, because my hand would have been below the page, which makes it harder. I always flipped it around and draw this way with my hand at the same level. So pull towards yourself, hand at the same level, if you're actually looking for tips. Okay, then we want to write family memories. I think I'll just write family memories right across the middle here, and then fill the rest of the space with camping doodles. Oh, sorry. I bumped the tripod a little bit. Family memories. Now let me go back to find some of my little camping doodle pictures. All right, so I know I've been seeing RV doodle, so I'm just gonna doodle the same type of RV that I see on my little picture, and I feel like this corner has as good an open spot as any. So let's go here. Just sticking with the very outlined look. That will be our RV. And then I'm gonna do a little backpack doodle up here. We'll do another little fire doodle over here. Oh, sorry. Can't see. Okay, what other doodles should we do? Could do the little tent doodle again, I suppose. Actually reminds me of our tent. We've got a bright green tent for camping. And then I think I'll do a little, maybe a kayak doodle going this way. Something a bit longer going across. And a little paddle. And then we'll do a little like wooden trail sign over here. Maybe a hiking boot up here. Oh, I haven't done a little map yet. Those are always cute to draw. Okay, is there any other one that I could do going across? thinking a compass. Oh, I could do a marshmallow stick going across. We'll draw it like on an actual like tree branch. Maybe a little bit too wide of a tree branch, but whoops. What color do I outline the marshmallow in? I don't really have a gray in this theme, so we'll just do that. Teresa, I much prefer drawing on paper. I'm not great at iPad drawing. Okay, there we go. Family memories with some little outlined camping doodles and then open boxes. So just for reference, this is the theme we're doing this month, these little camping doodles. And we chose to do just like outlines of things instead of actually coloring things in as we normally would. Coloring in is kind of the default, but trying to do it a little bit unique this time. Okay, things are looking good. We finished our 2 monthly pages and it's not even 9 o'clock. Black deer. I was thinking the same, but I was hoping no one else would mention it because that is gonna send me into a hand cramp for sure. But if you guys would like that, I can do it. I know it would look good. Objectively, it would look good. So probably I should just do it. Yeah, my wrist health or the aesthetics. Just kidding. I can do it. I know that it would look good. It is kind of empty as it is, especially with, I like just the outline thing, but it does make the page feel emptier. Okay, here we go. Get comfortable because we're just going to be drawing straight lines for the next half hour. Just kidding, it won't take that long. But it won't be quick. My kite. Sorry, I'm not looking for doodle suggestions anymore. But kite was one of the themes that we had in one of our votes. Hey, I think that was maybe August. It unfortunately got voted out though because I do love a kite theme. That's one of my all-time favorite journal themes that I've ever done. In my own journal anyways. I've done some cool custom journal themes, but in my own, I really loved my kite theme in January. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Like I could probably draw these straighter, but that would also mean slowing down. So nope. But I'm going to leave this row for later because again, my wrist would fall off the page, so then it wouldn't look good. I'm also going to turn the page for those because my wrist will fall off the page for that too. All right, speed round. Halfway down the vertical lines. This actually isn't taking as long as I thought. And then after this, we'll do a nice Pinterest scroll to find some weekly inspiration, and I can rest my wrist a little. I feel like I've got to slow down to maintain my form. There we go. Okay, done with vertical lines. That was actually really fast. Really, really fast. And this way is a bit easier because it's a shorter line. The longer the line, the more chance I have to go wobbly. You guys are funny with the timer. 3 minutes. Okay, well, I think horizontal has taken me that long already, it feels like. I was going pretty fast at the start, but I could tell my lines were getting a bit more wiggly as I was speeding up, so slower is probably smarter. Okay, I want to do that one the other way. Alright, I forgot I left this one. Oh, this one doesn't really have a great direction for this corner. Either way, I'm kind of falling off the edge. Wait, one more. Okay, that works. Okay, almost done. And then if it still looks too plain, I'm going to add a slight drop shadow to the boxes. Not a big one though, because everything outlined in this theme is so like uniform, you know, all the lines are the same thickness, so I wouldn't want to make it too thick, but I fear that it may still be looking a little bit bland, but we'll see once I can see the whole picture. Okay. What do we think? Drop shadow or leave it? I actually kind of like it as it is. Now that I look at it, the whole thing. Leave it. Leave it, no shadow. Okay, perfect. Whew. Okay, that didn't actually take too long. And I'm glad we did it. It looks much better than it did before. Okay, so there is October so far. We've got a little scene over here on the calendar page. And then we did our family memory spread. Now let's go to Pinterest and look for some weekly spread layouts. So for those of you who are new to this journal that we're working on for Janelle, she does not have regular weekly spreads. Instead, she more so just has like kind of prompts. So she's got a family worship page, a this week's moments, Sunday check-in, and core 5 reflections. So we've made that look different because some of them she wants just a big open space. Some of them she wants a little bit more structure, but no, you know, normally on a weekly spread we would do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So not that kind of structure, which leaves it a little bit almost kind of awkward to put together when I don't know what she's going to put in them. So let me show you how we've done that in past months. So September was like this. And it's just kind of, so the Sunday check-in, she wants more structure. The core 5 reflection, she wants a big open page. The family worship, she wants a big open page. This week's moments, she wants more structure. So that's, it looks a little bit awkward, but that's just to serve the purposes that she has for it. That's how we did it for September. For August, we did it like this. The pages where she wants just an open page, we left it open. And then these ones, we just added a line. And then for July, we did it like this, kind of similar to August, open, and then just added some lines. So that's what we've done so far for her weekly spreads. I'm going to try to sift through here and find a few weekly spreads that would work for what she is looking for. Sorry, I don't think you guys can hear that well. My husband just made a noise. Okay. Okay. Let me think here. Okay, we could do something like this. And I'll explain kind of how I would make that work with what she's going for when we get to voting for them. Right now, I just want to look and see what we can find, and then we'll vote on it in a couple minutes. Okay, this I feel like we could make it work. I just want to pin this, that's all. Like, so cute, hey? I love the color combo. But that was with pencil crayons. I feel like I need to get myself some pencil crayons because I've really been liking that vibe lately. Something like this. Okay, let me find one more. Okay, and fair warning, whatever we do is actually going to look nothing like the... Oh, I was forgetting to think about the theme. It's going to look nothing like this because it's not a standard weekly spread. The pages are going to be super mismatched, but I'm just looking for something that would kind of work. Okay, this. This is my other idea. Okay, so let me go to my photos, and then in a moment... one of my mods, if you could put a poll in just like a minute or so. Oh, that blue lemon stamp one is Amanda Rylee. Of course. She comes up with all the good stuff. I don't know how she does it. Okay, so let me just explain kind of how these would look with our theme. So basically one page would have more structure like this, just meaning like blobs for headings that she will fill in the heading, she will do the writing, so it would look a lot emptier than this. But our doodles would be up here, and then the way that the page would be divided instead of boxes would just be like these blob headings. That would be empty for her to fill in. And then the other page would have some more doodles, maybe a smaller heading, and then it would be totally open. Just an open page. So it would look a lot different than this, but again, this is just kind of the structure, big picture inspiration. That's option one. Option two would be this. So here we've got our heading spanning across both pages, kind of a central point for doodles. This side would have a line down the middle with a few, I would probably do the blob heading style thing again, just to divide the page up a little bit more. And then the other side would be like whatever color we use to draw that line, we'd use the same color to just kind of box in the page. So that's option two. Option three, oh, again, we've got blob headings. I didn't realize we had so many, but I just kind of liked this little note thing. So smaller doodles, we'd probably just do one camping related doodle up here, one camping related doodle up here, divide this page like this, a little notes thing, and then some blobs, and then this page would be more open. That's option three. I know it's hard to like picture how these would look. It is for me too, but I just need to choose something, you know? Okay, and then option four is to basically do this style of thing. So a doodle up here and then divide the rest of the page like this for the side that needs more structure. And then the other side would just have a doodle and then be left open. That's option four. So now that I've kind of explained each one, I'm just going to swipe through them each a couple of times. If you could put the poll up now for 4 options. Let me swipe through the 4 options and you guys can vote for a weekly layout. Again, they're super awkward weekly layouts because she doesn't want days of the week. She wants some to be more structured, some to be more open. So it is awkward putting these together. But this is just kind of to help me get a vision here for what we're doing. So once we've got a poll up in the corner, this is option 1, which would mean doodles here, blobs for headings that would be left totally empty, and then this page would just basically have an outline and then left empty. Sorry, I don't mean to keep mentioning the poll thing, but is there a moderator in here at the moment? Because if so, like, I just will talk through these once more while the poll is currently up. But if you wouldn't mind setting up a poll, that would be great. And if all of you guys left, that's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna wait to see if I get a response or a poll. Okay. Operation, add a moderator. Alex, let me go follow you. Because I need to be following you. Oh wait, add moderator. Yes, perfect. Alex, you're in here often. Okay, I just added you, Alex. I don't know if you have to like go out and then back in to see your newfound abilities. Let me know if it looks like it's working. Okay, Sierra, if it doesn't work for Alex and I don't hear from a mod, I'll add you too. Thank you, Alex. Saving the day. Just let me know how it's going, if it's looking promising. Okay, yeah, go out and come back in. I see the little icon by your name now. So I think it worked, but I don't know, you know, when you can actually use your powers. Oh yes, we've got options. Thanks for the follow, Tess. Using powers for good, yeah. Does it show most sent? Because I used to always do that, where I would just have people comment, but then it took forever to count up the votes. And it just got messy because some people would like spam the same number over and over. All right, let's see how Alex is doing. Yes, I can show the options again while Alex tries to come in. I'm just going to keep holding my phone so I can actually see when Alex does make it in. Okay, so we're looking for a weekly spread. And yeah, looking for a weekly spread that are very untypical, so it's a little bit awkward, but these are the options. Vaguely. Oh, yes, perfect. A poll right up there for the next minute. These are your options. I'm just going to go through fast the first time and then I'll explain them more again. This is option 1. Option 2. Thank you so much, Alex. Option 3. And option 4. I'm going to talk through each one a little bit more, just to kind of describe what it would look like, because they wouldn't actually look like this, because we're doing a camping theme. So this one would have our doodle up here. This page would have the structure with the blobs as headings that she will fill in, so it's going to look quite empty. Doodle down here, and this page is pretty much empty. This one, we would do our heading in the middle like this, with some doodles, a line down there, again with kind of blobs that she will fill in, and then this page, pretty empty. Oh, no worries, Alex. Oh, except for that I'm too long-winded, but we'll just see which one won. Okay, 3 or 4. No worries, Alex. We're just going to roll with it. Option 3. Cool. I like option 3. I kind of am not surprised because I feel like you guys always like when I do some kind of little like note, or, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but people always describe or always say like, oh, put the title inside of a something, or, you know, make all of the bullet points little raindrops. So I figured you guys would like having a little extra notes box. Okay, let me go back into TikTok. No worries, Alex. I'm fine with 1 minute. I mean, I was too long-winded for people to actually hear all of the options, but at least then we get to just keep cruising, because it is after 9 now, and I was really hoping to finish this page this evening, but we've got a lot of pages. Oh, sorry, Maria. Yeah, flair, Lottie, exactly. Y'all love to add flair, which, not a bad thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 camping doodle up in the top corner, 1 in the bottom corner, and then I'm gonna worry about the headings after that. But that's where we're gonna start. So I'm gonna go back to my little camping doodles reference page and start doing some of those. So I haven't done, maybe I'll do a pair of binoculars. I haven't done that yet. That's a good camping doodle. what should we do in this corner? Well, a little canteen. I kind of like that idea. Do a little marshmallow on a stick. And then down here we'll do our tent doodle. That's a good go-to. And it's probably gonna take me a lot longer if I think of different doodles on every page. So I might need to start cycling through some of the ones that we've already done. But okay, I do like the idea of doing like a little camping lantern kind of situation. And then maybe let's do a couple trees down here. Okay, I feel like I need to start cycling through things, otherwise I'm gonna just get too indecisive about where we're going. Okay, I loved the kayak, so I'm gonna do a kayak. Okay, I keep wanting to cycle through things, but then I get more ideas of what I could do. But the kayak was too cute. Oh, whoops. And the backpack. I haven't done a campfire for these ones. Okay, sorry, I can do fireflies, I suppose. Okay, fireflies. I don't really have a good... I don't want to use black because we haven't been using black. Okay, I'm going to come back to the fireflies thing because I don't actually feel like I have good colors for it, and I'm just going to keep rolling on what I know for the moment. So we haven't brought in a gray or a black. So I'm not really sure what other colors to use for like the body of the firefly. Yeah, I could do mountains. I wasn't a huge fan of how my mountains looked on the title page. So that's the only reason I wasn't doing them. I feel like they look a little bit too boring when I do them with such a thick marker. Oh yeah, stars and moon, we did do that on the title page or the calendar page. So we could do it again. Maybe let's do a compass. Oh yeah, the map was cute, hey? Let's do the map. Oh, and then the hiking boot was kind of cute. Okay, how many pages have I even done? I need 10, like 5 double page spreads. So I need 10 10 double page spreads. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, making progress. Let's see, what should I do again? Oh, I could do the little like signs. I feel like I should have done these doodles bigger. Maybe not actually, with the little, like, just because we're doing just a thin outline. Maybe bigger wouldn't have worked well. Oh, I'm gonna do the kayak again. That's one of my favorite ones. I don't know why, but I think it's just a cute little camping doodle. Oh yeah, the RV. Could bring that back. Sure. Case of beer, Mark. Okay, I'll move for the top corner this time. What should I do in the top corner? Maybe another backpack. I kind of like that one too. And I feel like this is maybe the last page that I need to do, and if not last, then second last for sure. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I count that right? Okay, let's count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so one more. One more. Maybe I'll do a little lighter. Haven't done that yet. Hey, Anna. We are just working on the weekly spreads for October. Okay. Maybe I'll do the s'more again. I really liked the little s'more, how it turned out this time. Okay, good enough. Okay, so now we've got 10. Now we've got to put in the dates and the category of each page. So I'm thinking of doing oct and then the numbers, cycling through the different colors up under here. That's what I'm thinking I'll do. And I'm just gonna make all the pages have the same colors so that I can just go do a bunch of O's. That was it, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah. T. Okay, now I'm gonna go in order of weeks so that I don't mess up the dates. Okay, so the first one's actually September 29th until the 5th. So let's just do, forgot about that when I was writing on, starting with oct for the first week. Might just put 29th up here to October 5th. Let's just do that for now. So I'll use different colors than what we've used so far because this week is a bit unusual. 29th to October 5th because we're doing an extra weekly spread for September. So 20. Okay, now we should be able to go with just normal dates. So 6th to 12th. Let me just make sure I'm on the right page here. Yes, okay. So let's do 6. And every week has 4 pages, like 2 spreads. That's why I'm going in this order with doing 2 pages of each set of dates. 12. Yeah, I love this journal for like the color palette that she likes and everything. But the weekly layouts, I'm gonna be honest, it's tough to like, the weekly layouts just look so kind of awkward before they're filled in when they don't have like days of the week and that same structure, you know? So I won't miss doing all these weekly layouts. Okay, wait, 13 to 19, right? That's what I just saw? Yeah, 13 to 19. 13. What order did I go in before? Okay, so the next one will be 20th to 26th. All right. And the next one is also going to use 2s for the 20s, so I'm going to do that one as well. th to 26th. Sixth. Hey Anderson. Okay, sorry Chloe, I did see your question. I didn't want to mess up the dates, so I've been focused on not talking too much. Okay, next one is 27th to the 2nd of November. I can do this, and then I will answer your question, Chloe. Okay, Chloe. Tips for your bullet journal. My first tip would be to decide exactly why you want a bullet journal, like what you want to use it for, because some people use it for planning or for tracking things or for memory keeping, and you can use it for all of the above, but I would kind of figure out like very precisely like why you want to use it, what you want to use it for, so that you make spreads that you'll actually use. No, I didn't, Anderson. I haven't nailed down my final decision because I drafted up a few designs for what I would do with gold foil on the side, and they looked too fancy, like too kind of lacy, and I don't know, I feel like whatever kind of customization or patches or Cricut stuff that I would end up doing wouldn't really go with lacy. But I could do just like a very simple one, like just like a wavy line going across, you know, like Your Bujo. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Your Bujo, but their whole design on their cover page used to just be 3 dots on the side there. And it was cute. It was super minimal, but it was cute. And now they've actually expanded, so they do customize some decals. So they still have the 3 dots, but at first every collection of journals that they launched just had 3 little dots here, and that was the full design. So I feel like going with something simple like a wavy design, or I don't know, some kind of just like cute little like bow in the corner, even like just something very simple, is kind of what I'm leaning towards, because I did some more like fancy designs, but they just looked like not me, too lacy, too girly. But yeah, I know I could add a design to the spine, but I didn't want to leave the cover totally blank if I decide not to do customization on all of them. You know, Gail, that was kind of my conundrum. Because at first that was my plan. I was going to add like Rylee Autumn or something on the spine and then nothing on the front and then plan to customize every journal. But I think I like the idea of having a journal that looks complete without any customization, but then you can add, you know, like put the regular design out of the way so that it looks complete, but it still leaves room to customize if I have the capacity to do that, you know? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking, got to keep crushing these weekly spreads so that we will be done soon. Okay, let's draw the little note paper in the bottom here. Should we bring in some washi tape for this theme? I'm trying to think if I even have washi tape that would match this. But if I did, I feel like it would be a cute theme to bring in washi tape for, just like some over here, some up there, because the doodles are quite, I liked the idea of doing just outlines, but it is making the page look a bit too empty and too white. But let me see if I can find anything. Right away, I feel like this one would work well. And then could bring in just like a solid green. And this one with the leaves is kind of cute. Could just do a brown. Wait. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, I'm just gonna look in the box that's under my desk, so bear with me for a sec. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything under here. Maybe some of those. Okay, I think maybe what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of washi tape here and then do that little like notes box that we talked about and just do that for now and then figure out what I want to do with the rest of the space. Because right now it just looks so empty, it's almost like intimidating. And I'm not totally sure where to start, but I think I'll start there and then go with that. Yes, May, this is still Janelle's. I don't know if you've been here when we've been working on Janelle's. I think you have. But we haven't been working on it super long. We just started it last week, so it's still fairly fresh. And we are making pretty good time to finish this month by the end of tonight. So I definitely want to take the vote tonight on live for what our November theme is going to be, so that tomorrow I can just jump right in to drawing. So I feel like now would be a good time because we won't be doing polls for anything else because I'll just kind of be sticking down washi tape and doing that notes box. So why don't you guys put some theme ideas that you would like to see for November, and I'll kind of pick 4 of them to put into a poll. So the one that for sure is going into the poll is quilt, because that technically won the October vote. So we're going to put quilt in there. But any other theme suggestions that you have for the month of November, put them in the comments now, and we will throw together a vote in a few minutes after you guys have had a chance to get down some ideas. And yeah. Yeah, the quilt one, if it doesn't get voted for in November, or if it doesn't win in November, then I will include it in the vote for the Disney theme for December. I'm not totally sure how that would look, but we could definitely make it work. Woodland animals. Were any of you guys here when I did woodland animals in Alyssa's journal for November? That was like the first journal that I did on TikTok Live. So I got a much smaller turnout. Oh, you were? Oh no, sorry, you were agreeing with Alex. Oop. Okay, I love cafe, that's cute. Okay, Gail, yes, you were definitely there. Jen, yes, you were there. Yeah, I didn't mind it, but I'm gonna be honest, that was my least favorite theme in the journal. But I don't think it was so much because of the animals. I just feel like we tried doing too much with like adding that pattern as kind of like a frame, you know? So if we do woodland animals, it would be like redemption. We would need to do it differently and make it look better. Mushrooms is very cute. I like that idea. Winter Wonderland, Candy Pie, I think she lives in the south, so, well, not in the south, but like central south of the States. So I don't know how wintry it is for her in November. It's definitely wintry up here in Canada, but I would probably default to not going full on winter. Teacups, that's cute. I like that idea. Yeah, Alex, same. Like, it's definitely wintry in November, but I would never really do a winter theme in November, even though it's winter. I think of December and January as my winter theme months mostly. But Winter Wonderland, I do like doing winter themes. I'm not huge on drawing people, but I do love drawing like just like very abstract doodles of people like skiing or sledding or making snow angels. I don't know why, just drawing like little mini people in snowsuits is so much easier than drawing actual like detailed people. Yeah, mushrooms, that's true. Mushrooms was a contender last time even. Oh yeah, Elizabeth, I always forget you're in California. Just a whole different world from me up here in the Canadian prairies. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. We'll add some washi tape to this page too, but I'm not sure exactly where yet. I'm gonna keep on doodling the little, I'm gonna find the halfway point, even though it doesn't need to be at halfway. I'm just gonna do it just for uniformity. Or should I make it line up more with the doodle? But then it will be so small. Do I make the note page go to halfway or make it line up with where the doodle kind of ends? You know? Any thoughts? I don't want too many comments because then I'm going to lose the poll options or the theme options, but what would look better? Halfway, halfway. Okay, I got 2. That's enough. I'm just going to go with that. Any feedback is enough to seal the deal on this one. Oh, you can't see the whole page. Sorry, guys. Thank you for telling me when that's the case because I can't see my camera at all. And here, let me show you. So my camera is up above me, so I can't see the screen on there. And then this, I have my inspiration picture over here blocking that side of the screen. So I have no idea when you can't see something. So thank you for letting me know. It's definitely not intentional. It's just what happens sometimes. I know, something cozy sounds nice for November. Okay, so I'm gonna draw all these little notes boxes and then we'll do a poll for November. We get a good amount of snow where I live most years, but some years we just have so much wind where I live because there's like no trees. So oftentimes we actually won't have a lot of snow except for just the big drifts every now and then, but it's also not very humid out here, so there's not as much precipitation as where I grew up. But yeah, where I grew up, we would get like snow drifts the size of me. Apple cider vinegar. That's great. I did do an apple orchard theme one time. Well, like an apple picking theme. I didn't really draw an orchard, but just like baskets full of apples, and that was cute. But apple cider vinegar is a new twist. And then these were just kind of like a perforated top. I don't think perforated was the right word there at all, but going with it. Let me zoom in on that. Oh, I see. No, she did make the top straight. At first I was like sure that she didn't, but that's just because I have the picture tiny. And I like that better. So we'll do that. Okay, Alex, question for you. As the mod of the evening, would you like to choose 4 of those themes to put as options in the poll, or do you want me to choose? Because you could just like write them out in there, or like comment what each number is while I carry on, or I can choose if you don't want that responsibility. I just want to narrow it down because we've got a lot of ideas. Quilt has to be in there, but other than that, we're looking for 3 more options. Okay, I'll do it. No worries. I don't want to put any pressure on. I just also don't need everyone to, you know, have to watch me wade through the comments before I can keep drawing. Apple cider vinegar, definitely. I mean, we could make something out of that. Okay. Before I continue filling this space here, let me go through the suggestions for a sec and choose some Quilt, mushrooms, woodland, and apples. Okay, okay. Let me just see if there were any that really stood out to me. Okay, I love bakery themes too. Like, yeah, breads. Very cute. Cozy. Yeah, sweaters and coffee. Teacups. Okay, the ones that are standing out to me are all in that same kind of vibe. Cozy, like baking, teacups, sweaters. Okay, let's see. You had said quilt, mushrooms, woodland, and apples. Do you guys... I'm just trying to think if we should just add like a food one to that. Or like, you know, baking and tea or something. But I don't know which one we get rid of because I like those options. Okay, let's go with those, Alex. In that order. So quilt is option 1. Mushrooms is option 2. Woodland option 3. Apples option 4. Option 1, quilt. 2, mushrooms. 3, woodland. 4, apples. Let's do those for our poll options. And I'm just going to add some more. I need to add the little like blobs for the headers. Although I'm thinking I might actually just add a few like lines up at the top and then add some blobs, because this section is way wider. So I was thinking of just doing like uniform blobs, but then we leave a big open patch and that looks accidental because it was, but I want to make it look like it wasn't. So I'm going to add one note section up here that is like longer than the other ones. And then the other ones will start here and go down. And then there's just like a little open spot. So it still looks like it wasn't completely accidental. Just kind of cover our tracks there a little. How many lines did I do? Maybe I'll just stick with 5. Poll is up. Okay, go vote in the poll for the November theme. Option 1 is quilt, singular. Option 2, mushrooms. 3, woodland creatures. 4, apples. Like apples in a basket, apple picking sort of deal. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Mila, good question. Okay, the freebie of the week has not been chosen yet because no one's ordered a journal on live this week. So the options are you get a pack of markers, either Crayola Super Tips, which let me see if I have one just kicking around. Where are all my Crayola Super Tips? Okay, either a pack of these kind of Crayola Super Tips or the Crayola Colors of the World, or a little pencil pouch that has 12 brush markers in it of random colors. So you can choose, that could be the freebie, or 2 rolls of washi tape, or a bundle of stickers. And I've just been letting whoever orders first on a live choose the live freebie for the week. So if you place your order, you can choose what you want. And the code LIVE50 will get you 50% off. Okay, Aaliyah, if it's tight, I'll put an extra vote in for mushrooms on your behalf. Oh, Robin, or that, yeah, or a custom name page. That could be the other free option. Yeah, so custom name page I did in Robin's journal. Okay, let me see how close it was. Oh, it was pretty close. man, okay, now I'm torn because quilt would work for Disney. I don't really know how, but we could make it work. And mushrooms is cute. But it didn't win by just like one vote, hey? 19 votes for A, 16 votes. Okay. Quilt it is. Oh, that's so true. We could put a mushroom on the quilt. Okay, so quilt won, but we can incorporate mushrooms somehow if we want to. All right, now I'm gonna start adding the just like blob headers for her to color on. So she's gonna put a heading for whatever she wants. Oh, and I need to write what each of these pages is for yet. My bad. I should have done that first before doing this. Yeah, exactly. Maple Leaf. I forgot about the headings. Yeah, I like this style of journal, like the family memories thing. I like the colors, I like the themes, but the weekly spreads, not a fan of making them. I hope she's a fan of using them, but they are a pain to make compared to just like normal weekly spreads. But yes, I totally do need to put in a little label of what this page is actually for. So I think I might just write that in really small underneath with like black, just like my itty bitty black fine liner, just because I didn't make room for it until now. Or maybe gel pen. I usually write in gel pen just fine. Okay. Now I need to even remember what the spreads are. So let me see here. It was family worship and then this week's moments. So I'm gonna start from the top here. Yeah, I'm gonna do family worship up here and then this week's moments down here somewhere. So let's do... And then this. And now I realize I should probably flip that around because, oh guys, I need to be doing things in the right order. Because here's the deal. She wanted this week's moments to be structured and family worship to be open. Ugh, guys. I'm going to put this week's moments up here and then figure out what to do with that page later. I'm doing it wrong again. I'm getting so frustrated with these weekly spreads. I don't usually get frustrated with a bullet journal, but it's just so unusual that my mind just gets into autopilot where I always write the same thing on every page because I'm just stamping on Sunday, Monday, whatever. And this journal has caught me so many times now. I swear I don't usually make this many mistakes in a journal. I do make mistakes every journal, but what was the other one? Family worship. But I'm about ready to rip these pages out. Skip. Do it here. skip, do it here. Okay, that's the end. Okay, now what are my other prompts? Sunday check-in and core 5 reflection, right? Yes, Sunday check-in, which is more structured, so that should be over here. And then reflection goes down there. Okay, here we go. Sunday check-in, core 5 reflection. Sunday oh man, where's the one that I messed up on? Oh, this one. Okay, and I'm using gel pen, not fine liner, which is a pain because fine liner covers so well with white gel pen, but gel pen doesn't always. I've never tried to cover this exact gel pen, so maybe it'll be fine. Okay, it's actually looking pretty fine. Hey Faye, how are you? Okay, so then this week is, or this spot here is core 5 reflection. I'm gonna write Sunday check-in on top and then see if I need to do any other white gel pen to patch up. I should have done my other strategy because like where I write with the black gel pen first and then just white gel pen whatever doesn't need to be there. Because this black gel pen is having a bit of trouble writing smoothly on the white gel pen. I feel like it still worked, but noted. What a boring way to do the headers. I'm pretty done with these weekly spreads. Okay, Sunday check-in. Cold but good. Yeah, is it all rainy where you are? It's been super rainy for us. So we haven't gone for a walk for the last 2 days because it's always just like pouring at our usual walk time. Okay, and then I messed up something here too. Oh, right. This week's moments needs to be over here and family worship needs to be over there. Okay, this is testing me. So let's do this week's Okay, I know that looks horrible right now, but I'm gonna white gel pen the parts that aren't supposed to be there. And then we need family worship down here. Okay, so let's do okay, looks so bad, but bear with me. Because now we just got a white gel pen this parts from the original word that don't fit with the new word, like they no longer need to be there. So this okay, and I accidentally got rid of the apostrophe, thinking it was from the old one when it was in fact from the new one. Okay, this week's moments. Family worship, okay. And now you guys need to be honest with me. If this looks bad, I'm gonna cover it up with something. I wanted to try this first to see if it would just blend in well with the other pages rather than making this page different. But if it looks bad, then I'm going to just cover it up with something like washi tape or paper. Family. Worship. Not my best cover up job, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. This week's moments that used to say family worship used to say this week's moments. I'm not going to show you super close up. No, I will. There you go. Do I cover it or do I leave it? It's just like a lame way to do headings in the first place. I wish I would have remembered that I was doing them earlier on so I could have made them cuter. But I mean, the tiny little printing, we did tiny little printing for our header, so I feel like it looks okay, but it's not what I normally would have done. Keep. Oh, you guys, you are seeing the worst of my journal mistakes in this journal. This has been so tricky just for me to remember all the little, you know, things that are different from a normal journal. But we're making it work. I'm just going to keep coloring while you guys give me your feedback. I know, Verlena, you want me to cover it. Everyone else is saying it's fine. I know it doesn't look good. Okay, good is definitely an overstatement. But covering it will just make it look different. You know, then it's going to be different than all the other pages. So I don't know if that's what I'm looking for either. But if anyone wants to second Verlena's cover it, go ahead and I'll cover it. But so far you guys are telling me that it looks good. Okay, let's do some yellow. that's always the battle when I make a dumb mistake like that, is like if I go out of my way to cover it, then it's going to look different from all the other spreads. But if I just white gel pen it, it looks a little sloppier than the others, but it still at first glance looks the same as all the other spreads, you know? That's why it's kind of a toss-up. So I'm going to leave it for now. I could cover it with more dot paper. You still notice that. I think you notice it a little bit more than you notice the white gel pen cover-up job that I did. But yeah, that would be the way that I would cover it probably if you guys thought I should cover it. I like how this page is looking other than that though. To be honest, when it was just like a doodle up in the corner, I was like, oh, I have made a mistake. This isn't gonna look good, but I feel like it looks okay. Okay, and then this page is just meant to be a big open page. So I'm thinking just a border. See, like at first glance, you don't notice that it's different, but it's definitely not as neat, quite as neat as the other ones. Okay, what should I do with this page? Because this one is not supposed to have structure. It's just supposed to be totally open. So in every other month, I have just outlined it straight up. Should I keep doing that? This one I outlined with a drop shadow. And this one just outline. If people are close enough to notice, they're too close. Yeah, exactly. It's like the back of my head, like not my business. Okay. Oh, I will add some more washi tape. Maybe let's do that. Maybe let's add some washi tape here and like here and then just add a border. Hey? Wait, you agree with Alex? What did Alex say? Alex. Washi tape and a border. Okay. Cool. That is what I'm leaning towards. Okay. Let's do that then. Where did I put my chosen washi tape for this month? Okay, I will get going on the washi tape thing. So I'm going to put one piece washi tape, or one cluster of washi tape there, one there, and then border it. That's what we're going to do. And I am pumped. Oh, it's after 10. Bummer. I thought I made it before my 10 o'clock curfew, but I didn't. I haven't made that in a long time though. But at least we already voted on November. So now tomorrow we can just jump straight into November and hopefully do all of November. Like tonight we did all of October. So I feel like we could realistically do all of November tomorrow night, which would leave only 1 month left. Because this is just a 6-month journal. Oh yeah, and October will have 4 less pages in it than, or sorry, November will have 4 less pages than October does, because we had to do a 5th weekly spread, which we will not have to do in November. So yeah, we should be able to do our quilt theme tomorrow. And then one more theme to do next week. Time flies when it's a 6-month bullet journal. I don't mind the dotted border idea. I'm just not sure how it would look with washi tape interrupting it. Like I feel like on its own, dotted border, definitely cute. With washi tape, not totally sure. What do you guys think? But I'm glad that we remembered the washi tape thing because this page is just so plain. Okay, do a little bit of this. Yeah, 6 months, but almost the same number of pages for real. Yeah. I love the thought behind this journal, but these weekly spreads are driving me crazy. Just, they're so out of routine that I have made more mistakes on these weekly spreads than in like any other custom journal. Yeah, we'll have extra pages. So normally for a 6-month journal, I only offer 80 to 100 pages. 100 is like my cap for 6 months journal. I don't just like offer it straight up, but if someone asks like, hey, can I have some extra pages? I'll cap it at 100. But this, I didn't count, but this is definitely more than 100. But it is because Janelle is one of my dear long-term customers who has ordered, I never remember, I should just check my Etsy history because I'm sure I can tell how many journals she's ordered from me, but at least 4. Which I don't get a ton of repeat customers just because I don't sell a ton of products in a year, you know, so if you order one for 1 year, the chances of you getting a spot the next year aren't like super high. So for her to have ordered so many, she's definitely one of my most loyal custom bullet journal customers. Okay, and I think I'm just going to do a single over here instead of another double. Idea for the outline, I could do this, like a box with kind of the torn top, like as though it's a note paper. And that the washi tape is like holding it on kind of deal. I usually try to end 10 minutes ago, but I never successfully end 10 minutes ago. I always end up on till about now, sometimes a little bit later. But yeah, I always want to be the kind of person who goes to bed earlier, you know, like 10 o'clock or earlier. But even when I do go to bed earlier, like I don't fall asleep until 12:30 at the earliest, so why bother? You know, I'd rather be productive if I'm going to be awake anyways. Oh, hey, Caitlin. Oh, whoops, I don't need to put washi tape there. All right, since I've got my journal this way already, let me do this part of the paper. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. Well, yeah, I guess last time when I did the daytime live that you were on for, we were working on Patty's journal, and that one has been sent off to Patty, and now we're working on Janelle's journal, and hers is just a 6-month. So once we finish this in the next few minutes, we will only have 2 more months left to do, and we're going to do a quilt theme for November, which I'm very excited for. I've never done a quilt theme, but I've wanted to. Sometimes, Amy, but I try not to do something where I'm going to be pressing on the next page right when the marker is fresh, you know? So like this line gives it a second to dry before I do this one. And usually with just drawing a line or something, it wouldn't be that bad. It's usually if I do a bigger gob of color that I have to be more careful about that transfer. But yeah, you can tell it did a little bit here with the letters from here because I turned it too quickly. Oh, yay, Keelan. What kind of markers did you go with? It's always so exciting getting new markers and just like swatching all of them. Yes, customers are allowed to choose their own themes. So if you were here when we were working on Patty's journal, so like 2 weeks ago or earlier than that, Patty chose all of the themes, but then we got to choose how we wanted to interpret them. So we still ended up choosing, you know, the colors, the layout of things. Patty would send some ideas and then we would vote and just kind of make it work. So yeah, whoever orders the journal can choose as much or as little about the journal as you want to. On the order form, I actually have like my markers swatched, so you can choose like the exact colors that you want for each theme if you want to. You can be very specific. Or you can leave it open. Like Janelle left the themes entirely open. She just told me she likes more natural colors like greens and browns. She doesn't want any holiday themes. And December has to somehow relate to Disney. Those were like the only guidelines that she put in place. So each customer is different. Some like to choose everything. Some people have even sent me like exact photos from Pinterest and be like, I want this exact theme, you know, and then other people are very open to letting me choose the themes and stuff. Just depends on the order. Oh my goodness, alcohol markers. Very cool. I've never actually used alcohol markers before. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to be the one to break it to you if you didn't already realize that, Keelan. But yeah, alcohol markers, so beautiful. They blend so nicely. Like if shading is your thing, alcohol markers will just be so much better for your art style than water-based markers. But they don't really work if you're wanting to use the backside of a page for anything because they bleed through, yeah, inevitably. So, but as long as you are good with that, they are beautiful markers. Oh yes, Caitlin, that's what I was working on last time. That was the last theme in Patty's journal. That's why I randomly did that one daytime live because I really wanted to finish Patty's journal before the weekend. And normally my baby, he's almost 1 already, which I, to be honest, expected that he would be napping a lot better by this age. He still wakes up most days only like 30 to 40 minutes into the nap, and then I need to like nurse him and snuggle him back to sleep. So that's why the afternoon ones don't usually work. Otherwise, I would totally do more of that. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to give you guys a quick flip through of where we're at We did it. We finished a whole month in one evening, which we haven't been moving at that pace in this journal. Usually I've been doing like kind of like finishing the weekly spreads of one month and then choosing the theme of the next month, but we haven't quite hit a full theme in an evening, so I'm glad that we could do that. We started off this journal with July. We did this little cottage and flowers theme. This might still be my favorite theme in the journal. I don't know. I like our other themes too, but I really loved this one. So we've got, oh yeah, family memories. She can write down little fun things that happen, quotes that her kids say, things like that throughout the month. And then the weekly spreads, very different, very specific to her. She's got 4 pages for every single week, so a lot of extra weekly pages. Then for August, and yes, she doesn't have any title pages in her journal. It just jumps straight in with a calendar that has more space than a typical calendar for some doodles. So August, we did this little pond theme. Oh yes, Maria, you're right. Okay, the weekly spreads for that month are not my favorite, but the theme in general is my favorite. We did this little pond theme, some ducks, some water lilies, family memories. She can write the memories onto lily pads and puddles. I love whoever's idea this was. Love it. I don't even remember. That might have been my idea. Maybe I'll give the credit to someone else. Okay, and then here's the weekly spreads for August. And then for September, we did this hot air balloon theme. And all of these calendar layouts are inspired by Ivana Journals. She always does the 4x4 calendar box. My typical calendar box is a 6x5, so much bigger. I fill the whole page with like a note section and doodles and stuff, but I've been really wanting to try her style that just like really takes advantage of white space and just positioning of everything, and I love how they're looking. Then we've got the family memories page for September and the weekly spreads look like that. And then for October, we did this camping theme. So we've got our calendar and our doodles and family memories. I love how the family memories page turned out. I'm so glad we decided to do the grids in there because I wouldn't like this page if we hadn't, but now it's actually probably my favorite page in this month. And then this is how the weekly spreads turned out. Which I'm bummed that I made so many mistakes on the little headers, but overall I feel like the weekly spreads don't look too bad. They turned out okay. Alrighty. Let me flip you guys around. Thank you, Jess. I loved your adventure tracker. I've never seen a spread like that. I also don't go on very many adventures, so I wouldn't use one in my own journal, but I can't believe I haven't had a custom journal order want anything like that. But yeah, thank you guys for joining tonight. Tomorrow night we're going to do November, hopefully from start to finish. We're going to do a quilt theme and incorporate mushrooms somehow. Feel free to use code LIVE50 for 50% off my entire Etsy shop. All journal orders get to choose your charms. We'll put the charms on live tomorrow night if you order between now and then. You also get to choose a freebie, either a name page, a pack of markers, 2 rolls of washi tape, or a bundle of stickers. So you can choose something that you would like for your bullet journal. And yeah, tomorrow will be the last live of the week. And since we will be only 1 month away from finishing this journal, I kind of liked how I did last time where I opened my next custom bullet journal slot on a weekend, because I don't usually touch the journal over the weekend. So that way I had the weekend to, you know, correspond with Janelle, figure out all the details of what she wanted, and then by the next week we were ready to start working on the journal. So I think that's what I'm going to do again. I'm going to be opening up 1 journal slot this Saturday is my plan, and then we'll probably need Monday to finish Janelle's journal, but starting on Tuesday or Wednesday, if Janelle's journal takes even longer than I expect, we'll be working on a new custom journal. So just stay tuned on my Instagram stories if you're at all interested in knowing when that journal will be up and available. And also if you like to know when I'm going to go live, I share that kind of stuff on my Instagram stories. So feel free to follow me there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining tonight. I hope to see you tomorrow to do our quilt theme for November.